Charter Local Edition. My name is Brad Pomerance. We are joined today by John Chiang. He is the treasurer for the state of California and announced candidate for governor. That race is in 2018. And we've been speaking, sir, for some time about retirement and how difficult it is for so many Californians to save for retirement. Could you give us a lay of the land of the retirement landscape for Californians?
So first of all, happy to be here with you again, Brad. It's been a while. Kevin De Leon sponsored some legislation, SB 1234, a whiles back, and then it created a secure choice board. It's a 9-member board, and I chair the board as the state treasurer.
Right.
Today, we're finding too many Californians who have worked all their lives, who unfortunately haven't saved enough. They've been struggling through their lives trying to pay for a roof over their heads, to put food on the table, so they don't have sufficient savings.
So let me ask you, why is that happening? I mean, I think about our parents' generation. I don't know, they had Social Security, that seemed to be enough. Maybe they were saving, we didn't know if they were. Were there 401ks back then, or IRAs? I'm not even sure.
So the answer is yes. So there were the prism of retirement security used to look like, number one, you would have Social Security. Number two, your own savings. Number three, your company's pension plan. And we know that companies today no longer exist for 30, 40, 50 years. They're not, many times they go out of business, so that you don't have that security. Also, we have a lot of small businesses that just don't have the same financial wherewithal to offer their employers any type of retirement savings plan. And then we know people who are low income are just trying to pay their daily bills, so they don't have the opportunity to save money as easily.
So I've learned that increasingly employers may not be offering health coverage. Are employers also pulling back on employee benefit plans, be it the 401ks, the traditional pension plans? Is that what we're seeing?
So to see the scale, we have about 7.4 million Californians who work today who don't have a employer-provided retirement plan.
Oh, wow. I mean, if you think about the workforce, that's got to be approaching 25, 35, 40%, no?
It's huge, right? When you look at 7.4 million that are exposed, and then you look at the retirement savings, around half don't have retirement income outside of Social Security. So just trying to think through their lives, what their daily existence is, we needed to do something in Sacramento.
And we think about Social Security, it's not indexed for where you live. So what you may get in, I don't know, Denver will go farther than what you get in San Francisco. So let's talk about what recently passed as part of the secure choice journey, I guess you could say. So this board was set up. You learned about what was going on. Now what? Great news, I understand, in your eyes.
Yeah, so the legislation required in its creation of the Secure Choice Board that we look at the legal and market feasibility of some type of investment plan. And so we wanted to make it easier for employees to start saving for themselves.
Okay.
And so those who participate in some type of automatic savings plan, the 15 times increase in regards to saving for their future versus not having that option available.
And that's the key, is as part of the Secure Choice legislation, which recently passed, there is an automatic deduction on your pay stub, just like you get for FICA or whatever it is. But now where is that money going that's being deducted?
So not quite automatic yet, but what happens is the employer will provide to the employee that this plan is available.
Right, you have to opt in, obviously.
You
have to opt in.
You acknowledge, right? And you can also choose to opt out.
Okay.
So it makes it easier, so there's a plan. And then for the first 3 years under the legislation, those monies would be put in treasuries as we devise a more and deeper plan as to what the investment choices will be for the employees.
You're being humble. I mean, when you say we, this is really a huge step forward for the retirement savings industry. The state of California is setting up a retirement plan.
Yeah.
Do any other states have this, sir? Do you know?
So you're exactly correct. So this is the most significant development since Social Security.
Right.
The AARP has been a tremendous advocate for secure choice and other types of plans. Other types of plans are being developed. Illinois and Oregon looks like California, Maryland, Washington, Connecticut have other types of plans. People recognize the
But they're looking for other plans, or are we the first, if you know?
So we're the first of we're the first out, right? And so Illinois and Oregon have similar types of plan. Well, they're along the pathway too.
I see.
So they're at different steps. So
I see.
we're running a similar type of plan as the others. So we've been working closely with Illinois and Oregon in our discussions.
Okay, so I cut you off a bit. I apologize.
Oh, not at all.
So the money at first, if you opt in, will go to the Secure Choice Fund, I guess. Do we know the name? We don't even know the name
The Secure Choice Board administers the fund.
Okay, and for the first 3 years, you said by statute it's going to be invested in?
Treasuries.
Treasuries.
So it's going to be safe. One of the concerns for individuals,
Okay.
especially low income, and rightfully so, is you don't want to lose capital. Right? You
Right,
want to preserve
of course,
capital.
of
So
course.
sort of the same rule we have in the Treasurer's office when I invest this $85 billion in, say, short-term portfolio.
Right.
First thing, preserve capital.
I see. So, and it's going to be set up as an IRA. Is that right? Explain an IRA. I mean, I have a sense, but give us a sense what that means.
Individual retirement account.
Okay.
You set, right, it's, you're going to put those assets in aside, and then we'll look at various options in the future, whether it's mutual funds or some other type of investment vehicle. We want to give people choices, but we don't want to give them too many choices, right? Because it gets awfully confusing.
It does. So the limits on how much you can put into an IRA, as I understand, are set by the federal government.
That's right.
And the same limits will apply.
Yes.
Okay, so I want to keep going because it's interesting.
Same tax laws apply.
Right. And tell us the tax laws. I think it's important for our viewers to
Well,
understand that.
we'll look at it, right? So a traditional IRA or Roth IRA, right? And so you'll have certain tax deferments.
Right. And that's the key, as I understand it, that when you put money into an IRA, you are not taxed. It's pre-tax dollars, essentially. Is that right?
So it depends on whether you do the traditional or the Roth, right? They can always ask us. We'll be happy to explain the options.
Is it fair to say that as a broad proposition, if you put in many of these IRA plans, it's put in pre-tax dollars, and then you're taxed at the other end when presumably your income is less?
Unless it's a Roth, right? So then those are after-tax dollars.
So, this plan could be IRA, it could be Roth, it could be.
We're going to look at the options and.
I'm confusing it. I apologize. But after 3 years, what happens?
Then we're going to give people the choice of the various options.
Right. Okay, so where are we? Presuming it goes forward, are we thinking January 1st this is going?
Or we're gonna continue to work on it, right? We'll start to roll it out. Obviously, we're gonna try to do this as quickly as possible.
How can we learn more about it? I have to think that many people, they may be contractors, part-time employees, small businesses, they want to jump on this bandwagon quickly. I don't know if there's going to be a limit of how many people can participate, but where are we?
They could just contact us in the Treasurer's office, treasurer.ca.gov. If they want to go to my website, if they feel free to email us or give us a phone call.
In our final minute or so, I know that as a result of your efforts, the state has been saving money on its bonds.
Yes.
Explain that good news.
I'm very excited. So we know that California was in financial crisis in 2009. I had to issue some IOUs, $2.6 billion.
Oh yeah, when you were controller.
I didn't want California to default. I didn't want us to experience the Orange County of a few decades ago. I didn't want us to be Detroit or other
San
good
Bernardino,
jurisdiction.
yeah.
But today we've recovered. So we went from the world's 12th largest economy to today the world's 6th largest economy. $2 trillion GDP before then, today $2.46 trillion. So people in Wall Street, the ratings agencies say, hey, you're doing better performance, better economic performance, good fiscal management. So we, like refinancing a mortgage, I've been refunding the state's bonds. We've dropped the spread, how much the difference between we pay in interest rates, like going from bad FICO score to a good FICO score. We're down to 20 basis point spread, and we save $3.3 billion in public benefits for the taxpayers, more than what we spend on for the University of California each year from the state's general fund contribution.
Huge. His name is John Chiang. He is the treasurer for the state of California, a candidate for governor in 2018. My name is Brad Pomerance. You're watching us on Charter Local Edition.